Airbus play a key role in working with academia, SMEs and large industrial primes. It's very important to have a Bristol-based centre for digital technology. With the high-value manufacturing companies that we have in the area, it's essential to be able to feed those the technology that they need.
New digital services will be a major enabler for us at Airbus to open up a better support to our customers, but also to give new services that they haven't dreamed of yet, and as well to us to steer our supply chain and our engineering efforts.
We have very challenging ambitions, and we are looking at new technologies and new capabilities like cloud computing, like the data sciences, like Internet of Things, in order to help us meet these challenges.
One of the strands of this project is all about proving the applicability of commodity tools such as blockchain in being able to secure data while it's being used by cloud resources.
A lot of the big web companies are releasing tools as open source projects, and so we thought it might be interesting to look which could be useful for Airbus. So we did a bit of a look at what was available. We looked at Luigi from Yahoo, Airflow from Airbnb and a few other tools. So we selected Simple Workflow from Amazon Web Services, and we built that into a more complex demonstrator to show how to get the best value out of your workflow or execute it in the fastest time possible.
So we took some data from the Epic cluster. We looked at the queue history for 2 months. That allowed us to recommend to users where they should submit their jobs in order to minimise their queue time. You'd be surprised, but I guess engineers like to sleep at certain times, which is also when they like to leave their simulations running, and that's the type of thing we've tried to predict straight from the data.
We also looked at the costs and other decisions you make when you're choosing where to run your simulations. So we looked at the cost of running internal resources versus some of the AWS instance types. We found that quite an interesting study where you're looking at maybe getting the lowest cost resource or maybe trying to get the fastest turnaround for your simulation.
The whole thing has been integrated in such a way that data is contextualized for the people who are requesting it. So for example, somebody in Airbus structures would receive a different realization of the data when compared with someone in, say, Airbus flight physics.
The demonstrator shows who can access the data and a record of the legal basis by which they have access to it. The engineering data is much larger than the data required for Bitcoin, so we've had to be really clever in the way in which we use the technology.
Again, another part of the demonstrator we looked at was something we call the data service layer. So this was looking at as the sources of data become more distributed, you start using cloud services or across a large organisation like Airbus, how can we really make access to that data as easy as possible for the end user and present the data to them in a form that's useful for their particular analysis.
It's a bit of a game changer. It changes the way people are going to do their daily job.